Hey everybody! A little while ago, someone ordered 2 custom paintings. Now this isn't entirely unusual for me. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And I was extremely happy for this order though, because they ordered paintings specifically for a purpose. Now this doesn't usually happen. They usually just go, oh, I want a painting, make me one. So then I make them one. But this one, they wanted the specific colors of their favorite football teams. The Buckeyes, the Ohio Buckeyes, and the Cleveland Browns. I, of course, was so excited to do this because usually they're not that specific, and if they are, they kind of hinder me in what I can do. They told me I could do whatever pattern or way I wanted to, and just that's what they wanted. So today I'm going to show you how that went, and I hope you enjoy. I'll see you at the end. Because I wanted very specific colors and a very specific ratio, I did a test run. In this test run, it was too much gray, so I tried another one to make sure I did have it right. I wanted more red and more black and more white. I tried it, it turned out way better. By the way, this is Arteza paint. This was the first time I used Arteza paint for acrylic pouring, and it turned out really well. So if you can't afford it, I would highly suggest it. After this, I had my ratios for how much I needed and what pattern to do. Having done the test, I was ready to mix the colors for the actual painting, the Buckeye painting, if you couldn't tell already. I really like these colors because scarlet red is just so pretty with almost anything, and the gray really popped out. So I first added red, gray, then added some white, black in different ways so that all the colors would show through at different points, and also not in the same amount because for the logo for the Buckeyes, red shows through way more than black or white. So I had to keep that in mind as I painted. Having put all the colors in the cup, the next step was to paint. So I started out with a slow, but not too slow, pour into the middle. Then I squeezed the cup so then it would become more funnel-like and less just out of the cup. I did a ring pour, which at first I wasn't crazy about because it didn't create lines, but as always, as it went along, it created just a beautiful circle of just ring after ring. Next came the balancing act, that is always tilting the canvas. Now the Arteza paint was a little thicker than I was used to, so it was a little harder because I wasn't used to how it tilted. It did make a beautiful result, but it's always hard to tell whether you should tilt more paint off, tilt less paint. You want those edges to look really nice and have the design on there, but you also don't want to sacrifice the rest of the painting just for the edges. So I did end up having to scrape some paint off the bottom of my painting bin and then smear it on the sides so it would pour nicely, but it did end up as enough paint, just barely. When you have thicker paint, it doesn't cover the surface the same as when you have thinner paint. I had reached the point in tilting where I was really happy with the result, and I really liked how the colors showed through. It really did show the Buckeye colors. If not everybody saw that, then that was fine. The owner could explain that to him or just keep it to himself. But it did look like the Buckeye colors. So I was very proud of it, and I was very happy with how pretty it looked. Next came the Cleveland Brown painting. Now, I had gotten kind of used to this kind of painting with the other painting, so I didn't need to do 2 tests, I only did 1. And I did take some liberties with the actual painting, so it's a little darker than the test painting, but I had felt comfortable that I was okay with what I was doing. Now it's time to do the actual painting. So here's a tip. The color that you want to show up most, at least the ring pores, maybe not for other pores, it depends on which pore you're doing, put on the bottom. And then colors you want to show up through all of it, put from high up, pour it in like I did here with the white. Now if you want it to show up just a little bit, just here and there, put it on the top. That way it'll show up a little bit, but not a ton. When it came time to do the actual pouring, I thought the colors might get a little muddy because of the brown, but the colors just were so good, so gorgeous. They didn't overmix, they didn't undermix. They just came out really well. For this painting, I used a little bit more paint, so I was less nervous about it not being enough, and I was right, it came out really well. It covered all the spots it needed to, it stretched perfectly, and well, I love the final product. I hope you liked this video. Remember to subscribe. If you suddenly think I'm making bad content, which I won't do, then you can always unsubscribe, no harm done. And remember to like the video because you like it. And if you don't like the video, please don't dislike it. That's just me. Stop it. I also, next week, will be making a video kind of similar to this, but it'll be awesome. I had some leftover paint, and let's say I made some really cool coasters. I'll see y'all next week, and I hope you have a good day.